What is up, YouTube, bro? I'm back again with another video to watch. And we're gonna watch the Haters Guide to the 2022 NFL season, AFC edition. Now, I was looking for the NFC edition because, you know, my favorite team, the Bears. See what they was gonna say, because I was gonna have I know anything they was gonna say about my Bears, I was gonna have a 10-minute, you know what I'm saying, 10-minute pause, break down for you motherfuckers who don't know what y'all about to see coming from the orange and blue in the Windy City. All right, but I'm stuck with AFC edition for now. All right, let's get it.
Welcome to another season of NFL football, where perfect matchups and talking points are totally not manufactured to maximize ratings. Would you expect something as prestigious as the Shield to nudge things in the right direction? That's crazy talk. Best to simply go over the 16 teams in the AFC and call it a day. Hopefully. If there's any good news, they will no longer have a built-in excuse for collapsing on defense in the final 13 seconds of regulation. However, despite the cries of football fans everywhere, the Bills are going to have to try to get back to that mountain again. No checkpoints in this game. It should be easy to get back there. Come on, with the offensive weapons they have, with the hopefully legit bell cow running back this season to complement Devin Singletary, with that defense near full strength, adding Von Miller to it, minus an injury to Jordan Poyer, it should be as smooth as the way Buffalo handed them a new stadium.
And you know what's crazy? Von Miller ain't really been doing shit since he got hurt, and they got him going crazier than Khalil Mack on Madden, bro. It's crazy.
Silver platter. However, as Buffalo knows from experience, there's a honeymoon period on a team's success. If time passes and the Bills still can't get over the hump, optimism will turn into vitriol. Those are the dangerous vices of expectations. And the line between those two emotions is much thinner than we'd like to admit. Kind of like the punt god Matariza. He was beloved until allegations of being involved in a gang rape came to light.
What?
These accusations are fucking
That's
heinous.
what my brother was talking about?
Get the fuck out, Matt. Go right to fucking jail, right fucking.
And it's always, bro, it's always the weakest motherfuckers, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Chill out. Bro, come on now.
Perhaps we can tamper with the Dolphins' fortunes like Stephen Ross tried to do with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. Imagine being Tua and Mike McDaniel in that locker room after hearing that news. They could never prove that blatant tank in 2019 was ordered by that bumbling fuck at the top. But Miami loses a few picks, including next year's first, to go with other punishments. While everyone and their mother thinks that Tua can't throw the damn ball longer than 20 yards, Miami is hoping to tune out the noise and win games.
Right,
Maybe it happens with Mike
I don't think he got a noodle
maybe
arm.
not. Their offensive game plan is going to be sending Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on 10 billion crossing routes in a neo-West Coast offensive paradise. Hopefully their offensive line won't be complete ass like it was last year. Also, it's totally a coincidence that Stephen Ross is allowed back to games when they play the Steelers. You know, the team Brian Flores went to. At this point, I hope they fail because of Ross. When a team tries to keep the glory days alive, several outcomes are possible. First, they continue their winning ways. Mac Jones progresses from his strong rookie campaign. If a defense with a bunch of leaving and moving parts can mesh into a strong unit.
Right, they best
if
players
Devontae
gone.
Parker can stay healthy enough to fulfill his potential, maybe they can return to being insufferable fucks. The other outcome? Incredible denial that the window is slammed shut and is drifting into the abyss. New blood to call plays on offense. That's some poppycock right there. The Pats need are two absolute hacks whose self-exaggerated genius rivals every 16-year-old know-it-all. A competition between Detroit's most hated pencil pusher and QB sneaks near your own goal line on a 3rd and 9. Goal line without Dante Scarnecchia to coach it. Mac Jones is getting the Justin Fields experience, isn't he? Someone get Belichick out of the film room so we can realize the situation. Meet the new team. Probably the same as the old team. Last year's Jet squad was immediately undone out of the gate due to a shit ton of injuries to key players. But what about this year? If Mekhi Becton is anyone to go by, they're probably replaying 2021's tape. Dwayne Brown is in to replace Becton on the line, but he was a key piece to their development. Denzel Mims might have been a piece as well, but he's requested a trade or release from this hell. Same situation for Zach Wilson. The good news is that he did not tear his ACL. Sad that only being out for a few weeks is seen as good news for the Jets. It's not an indictment of what they're doing in East Rutherford. I like the structure they're trying to build. The gods of fate may destroy it before it even gets the chance to grow. As much of a punch as Tyreek Hill opened
we know
the
Jets
shit
ain't gonna do shit.
tried to trade for him. Can this team get a break, please?
We already know the Jets ain't gonna do
filling
shit.
hospital ward so far. That in and of itself is a drastic improvement over last season. Okay, Gus Edwards is still on the PUP list. But perhaps the Ravens will finally be able to have enough cornerbacks and running backs to finish the season. None of that matters, though. What really does is paying Justin Tucker in his leg of 24-karat gold. He only became the highest paid kicker.
How much
in NFL
should you
history.
pay a kicker though, folks? Because that's the only kicker I say he could get 200 mil in the
Will
contract.
pay him what he will desire, or do they still have buyer's remorse about Joe Flacco?
Lamar Jackson most definitely should get a 200+ contract. I don't care what nobody talking about.
Jackson's shown flashes of brilliance in his time by the Chesapeake, but has countered them with complete duds in the process. This year is critical for so many pieces of the Ravens. The fan base has long been ready to chuck Greg Roman into the shark exhibit at the aquarium. If things go south again, they might want to throw John Harbaugh in with him.
Yeah, they defense
The
probably
Super Bowl
gonna
hangover
stink.
is very real, even for teams that come up just short in the end. Yes, the Bengals
Hangover,
weren't supposed to be
calling
there,
it.
but it attacks its unwitting prey all the same.
But Jamar Chase is still
Cincinnati, they knew
cheese.
their problems and tried to address them. The offensive line revamped with major signings. More weapons for Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Added reinforcement at nearly every position. An indoor practice facility being constructed. It's almost as if the Bengals are once again relevant.
Relevant.
Hard to stomach
Right,
for a certain
what the
rival.
hell? The Bengals relevant? Nah.
Theirs in the same state. No, I didn't make that quip because Joe Burrow had an appendectomy. I'm not that counts. Just like the new name of their stadium, Cincinnati is beginning a new age. It may have been thrust upon them prematurely, but with the weapons they have at their disposal, plus with Jesse Bates playing on the franchise tag, they should be a threat once again. In a way, it kind of feels good not to have the same stale talking points about a team. Hey, I like Wynn's theme from Dark Souls as much as the next man, but that gets boring after a while. It takes tremendous effort to go from a downtrodden underdog to a cancerous franchise everyone wants.
Man. They was gonna do it. They was gonna do him dirty regardless. I'm predicting 0-11 till he come back.
Wants to see fail. This is why I don't feel bad for many teams. You give them enough oxygen and they will become toxic. The Browns are no exception. Baker Mayfield stubbornly playing on a major shoulder injury was apparently the call for change. What better way to do that than by not only trading for Deshaun Roethlisberger, but delivering a fully guaranteed contract to his doorstep. He's finally free of this hell for pennies on the dollar. But Deshaun is going to be suspended for 6 games in the process. Let me make a correction, it's now 11. Now the Browns won't only have to deal with Jacoby Brissett at QB for the foreseeable future, but Nick Chubb is going to be run into the ground so fast you'd think his nickname was Boxer. They're already down Jakeem Grant and several centers to year-ending injuries, so if they fail again this season, who gives a shit? Cleveland's thrown away many of those in the past. But the rewards they believe will justify the means.
All right, Chubb,
Jimmy
big
Haslam
ass.
dreams of Lombardi. Many of them.
Well, I have to come back thinking about Chubb. He might carry them about like 6 or 7 games
Some things
till
always
Deshaun
stay
come
the
back.
same. In this case, endless drama and bullshit coming out of Perea. Check this team's carbon footprint. It's probably violating the Paris Climate Accords. A world without the leader of man. It's a relief for me, if only so we can avoid the intense propaganda campaign the league ran for him last season. A new era has begun for the Black and Gold Brigade. One where hopefully the only drama will be Chase Claypool being overconfident about his abilities. At least until George Pickens begins his Antonio Brown arc. The Steelers...
Is Claypool even top 15? I mean, not Claiborne. Claypool. Is Claypool even top 15? No.
are finally moving into the 21st century. Guys like Chris Boswell, Minka Fitzpatrick, and Deontay Johnson were given hefty new extensions that are guaranteed money past the first year. A revolutionary concept in Pittsburgh, I know. Besides an offensive line that will probably be complete shit, the future is in the allegedly small hands of
Man, I'm
Kenny
calling
Pickett.
it, bro. I'm calling it. Mitch is about to take off. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about, man. Mitch, I don't say take off. Let me stop playing. Let me stop. He gonna have a redeeming season. That's what I'm saying.
Yinzers merely tolerate Mitch Trubisky as the current year's Tommy Maddox. A convenient injury by week 6 should set the succession plan in motion. Let's be real, no one in Houston gives a shit how the Texans will do this season.
Right.
They're really watching Cleveland to the
There's
hopes
really
that
no
Deshaun crashes and burns.
that Mills dude.
Look at the
Besides that
Browns'
Mills
next
guy,
three
that's no
first-round
really
picks
really
tend to
talk
help there
about.
as well. Okay, there are a few things Houston is interested in seeing. Mostly if Davis Mills' promise is something legitimate or a
Right,
mere
because he was
flash in
looking
the pan.
nice.
Perhaps he can be made
Mills
of
was
Teflon
looking
just like
nice.
Jack Easterby seems to be. Don't worry if the Texans suck this year. They can just pray the failure away like they always do. Move on. Round and round the hamster wheel Indianapolis goes. Last year's failure is solely on the feet of Carson Wentz, not on the coach or GM that brought him in. It's as if they're paying for the sins of something sinister that happened in the past. As they yearn for a time-long loss, the next short-term stopgap is Matt Ryan. Will hopefully throw for a better QBR than fucking 4 in a must-win game against the worst team in football. It doesn't matter what the Colts do, what kind of talent they have throughout their roster, or the vision they see for the club. If they can't get a long-term solution under center, they will be doomed to an upside-up wildcard loss. It's desperation to save jobs at this point, not a long-term plan. Don't argue with me, Indy. You know what I say is true. You guys are going to have Daniel Jones as a...
They should have never let go of Peyton Manning. It's snake bitten them.
starting QB in a year or two, and you'll enjoy
Especially
it.
after he went to the
Can't get any
Super
worse
Bowl
than
twice
last
after he
season's
left.
football, right? Sean Khan may still be a clown that gets pushed over at the slightest breeze, but they have respectable NFL coaches leading the show this time around. Plus Trent Baalke, but he'll hopefully get mauled by a bear in the opening act or something. 2021 was pure stagnation, and the hope in 2022 is to see some kind of progress. The damage that Urban wrought on this franchise was deep. Developing Trevor Lawrence is paramount. Saving James Robinson and Travis Etienne is paramount. Proving that breaking the wideout market for Christian Kirk wasn't a hilarious fuck-up is paramount.
Right, they got Christian Kirk.
Last ties to Jacksonville's brief relevance are gone. The time for a new era to emerge has come. Hopefully soon. Dealing with more bullshit is bad for business, but hilarious to the rest of us. Right?
Now I'm not gonna give it one more year to call Trevor Lawrence a bust. One more season.
And Tannehill's still our quarterback? Yes? That means the Titans are still limited in what they can do. If last year's choke against the Bengals didn't prove that, I don't know how the hell I can convince you. If it means anything, I love Derrick Henry, and I wish him only the greatest of hell. Seriously, having him shut down long-term isn't only a death sentence to Tennessee's ambitions, but to the league's
He don't even
likability
look that
itself.
big.
Although I wonder what they're going to do at wide receiver. A.J. Brown is gone, and someone's going to have to step up to become the big-game target he was.
Right.
Feel for Traylon Burks. He's going to have such a microscope on him that it'll burn an entire ecosystem of ants. To be fair, the entire team is under pressure to perform this season. 2021 felt like a wasted opportunity. Plus, with how bad their stadium looks after only 25 years of wear and tear, a championship run is always good for opening up the public
Hold on.
coffers.
Wait a second.
Denver's
Bro. What if, think about it, hear me out. What if the Ravens can trade, what if Lamar Jackson requests a trade if they don't meet, you know what I'm saying, on his terms, and he ends up going to Tennessee? Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry? Hella read options? Boy, come on now. That'll be nasty. We ain't got to worry about they passing game shit. They running game gonna make them say fuck them passing, bro. It'll be an unstoppable running force, bro.
problems last season
Think
were
about
so easy to identify a toddler could do it. Terrible quarterback play and god-awful offensive scheming. Both of these issues were of critical priority.
Hold on now.
And the hope is that they've been fixed with two moves. The first, their new coach, the Aaron Rodgers whisperer, and his new protege, Russell Wilson. He's currently opening up roughly the 422nd craft beer and new American restaurant in the city. There's a reason why they broke the bank to trade for Wilson. The Broncos have roughly everything else they need to get to the promised land.
Exactly.
Strong running back tandem, unsung offensive line, elite defense. If some wide receivers can emerge to greatness, they've got a chance to win their division. It won't be done with Tim Patrick, though. He tore his ACL.
Dang.
Bummer. I'd be giddy if I'm in Denver. They wanted Aaron Rodgers here, but to be fair, this isn't a bad consolation prize. The king always...
Bro. The Broncos gonna take the AFC West this year. For real. No doubt. Like you said, them wide receivers, Sutton, Judy, and then that Font dude. Who they co-running backs? They had decent running backs. I forgot the running back. They gonna be cold this year.
Chiefs have been at the top of the AFC West for what seems like an age in football.
I'm sorry, they're done.
We remember when they overthrew the past lord of the division in the Broncos, but now they get to experience what Denver did. They are the ones that might be withering. They are the ones being threatened by those eager to take the crown. They are the ones losing talents left and right.
Right.
Tyreek Hill was a game changer for their offense, and now he's gone. Now, MVS and Juju are quality receivers, but nowhere near Tyreek. There's also the Orlando Brown Jr. situation. He wants paid, but Kansas City doesn't have the cap space to meet his demands. The situation will be critical soon. With Mahomes, they should still be competitive, but with questions at a lot of positions, not to mention wondering if the defense can maintain form with that drastically altered secondary, it's not as secure as it once was. Now watch me be wrong and they get the #1 seed in the AFC. Tensions are rising for the...
No. No. I keep on saying this. That contract, with Mahomes' contract, they cannot pay anybody else. And once Travis shit come up, bro, he's going too, bro. Tariq been making noise before Pat Mahomes became a starter. Travis Kelce been making noise like 2 seasons before Pat Mahomes got drafted. Their line was already, their system was already good. All they needed was just a quarterback that just was a little better than Alex Smith. Alex Smith was just this close every time to get a ring, but Pat Mahomes came in looking flashy as fuck. They said, "Hey, why not $500 million?" You know? Yeah. I'm sure the fastest wide receiver in the league will understand, right? I'm sure the top tier linemen in the league gonna understand. I'm pretty much sure the best tight end in the league, arguably, is gonna understand when they're gonna have to take this pay cut. Now look at Tom Brady. He know he Tom Brady, so he gonna make money outside of the stadium. So why not try to? So why would he try to get most of out of the contract when he could, you know what I'm saying, take a pay cut, get all the top tier wide receivers on one squad?
Process of LAT. The demise of becoming the Clippers of football continues with every passing day. The Rams won a Super Bowl, and they're now the event where self-important celebrities appear to be seen. All the Chargers can get, probably some D-listers and masochists from San Diego. It won't stop them from trying to shore up that awful defense of theirs from last year. Derwin James, despite his health concerns, is a talent worthy of keeping around. He's now the NFL's highest
He a dog,
paid
though.
safety.
He a dog.
Title he will hold for about 2 months. The big fish of J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack added to the fray.
Right, that
Star
payroll
power
gotta
that's
be
well known
high.
for terrorizing the AFC West. But JC's going to be out for a few weeks.
Right.
Hopefully Khalil won't break down like a Mercedes-Benz and be stuck in the shop for a month.
Right.
Nothing
man.
will suffice besides a deep playoff run. Not even making the dance will cut it this time. Not with their offense, not with the success of the Rams. You know what to do now. If the chance comes to tie and make the playoffs, don't call a fucking timeout unless your run defense is in pure shit. Bringing in assistants and executive...
Now, I'm not going to talk about the AFC West yet till after he's done with the Raiders. But the Chargers alone. Don't overhype their defense because, like he just said, they got injury problems. So you're gonna see You're gonna see them flopping a little bit, just a little bit. I won't say they gonna miss the playoffs, but they in a tough situation now, especially what they got going on in the whole AFC West.
Negatives from the New England Patriots is a vice many teams foolishly desire. They're like a bug zapper. You know they will lead to your team's untimely death, but the light is too compelling for mere insects to comprehend. So while you may fall, you get a nice jolt in the process. Josh McDaniels is now leading the charge. And all of Denver is cackling in delight. Indianapolis might be as well, but they're probably more pissed at him being a snake. The Serpent will have some nice new toys to play with this time around. Mainly Devontae Adams, reunited with his old college quarterback in Derek Carr. He better perform here, he got paid big time. For the defense, they now have Chandler Jones to terrorize offenses alongside Max Crosby. This might have been Tom Brady and Gronk in the past, but John Gruden got cold feet and ghosted them before the threesome. They're a tough team to gauge. Last year was really fluky. Won 5 games off the leg of Daniel Carlson, and it was damn impressive considering all the drama they went through. This year, they fired another president under shady circumstances? Really, you couldn't go just a few months without creating controversy? Can we just focus on the damn football and not have you go through a shitload of adversity? Again? The AFC, just like last season, is going to be a bloodbath. You can make the argument for nearly every team to be able to reach the promised land of the playoffs. And as a fan of the game, you can't ask for much more. The AFC East is pretty cut and dry, though. Buffalo will be taking that division with ease. The AFC...
Now, what? What if Miami surprised everybody and have Buffalo in the wild card, though?
North will go to Baltimore, considering that they're finally healthy and able to field a respectable team.
Maybe the Steelers, surprisingly,
should do wonders for them. To me, the AFC South is a coin flip between Indy and Tennessee. And I'm going to err on the side of the Titans for the time being. It's very close, though, just like the AFC West. Every team has a shot at winning.
They got no choice but to give it to Tennessee.
Pick the Broncos.
The Broncos, like I said, the Broncos most definitely gonna take it, bro. They gonna take it. Russell Wilson, bro, with them tall ass receivers, bro, promising receivers, bro. Yeah, they gonna do something. They gonna get nasty.
I know, insane, but they actually have a QB.
The West gonna get real dirty. But I was saying, you know what? Let me. I'm hold it.
That's all they needed.
Cause it's just
wild cards. It's a tough call, but I'm gonna go with Kansas City, the Chargers, and the Bengals.
No. Snatch out Cincinnati. It might add the Raiders in there. No, that's a reach. But if the Raiders get their shit together, they got all the pieces. The Raiders get their shit together, we might get all AFC West teams in the playoffs.
I personally can't wait to see how wrong I am in these predictions, as always. Even they'll be as slow to develop as my bid schedule.
Bro. Like I said, I really want to talk about my bad, y'all. I really wanted to talk about AFC West, man. The AFC West gonna look like the Wild Wild West. I'm telling you, they might as well turn that name. Fuck AFC West division, the Wild Wild West division, for real. Too many gunslingers in that, bro. Mahomes, Wilson, Carr, and Justin Herbert. Shit about to go crazy, bro. You got Keenan Allen in there. That Williams dude. They got Devontae Adams. They got and y'all. Courtland Sutton gonna get his breakout year now since he got rushed, bro. Courtland Sutton. I've been looking at him since what college? He from, I forgot, SMU. Tall as shit. I always admired tall ass receivers, bro. Cause I feel like all these short ass corners about under 6 feet. Give me a 6'4", 6'5" wide receiver, bro. We good. Shit about to get nasty though in the AFC, bro. Period. I can tell you that.